In the wake of the tragedy in France overnight, Rihanna has canceled her upcoming concert tonight in Nice after the singer was caught in the city as the terror unfolded. Horror, shock, outrage, sadness. The world is reacting to another deadly attack in France after a man driving a truck loaded with weapons plowed into a crowd of people watching Bastille Day fireworks in what the country's president is calling an act of terrorism. 84 people are dead, many of them children, and scores more injured. Among those in the city during the violence, Rihanna, who is set to play a show there tonight as part of her anti-world tour. A rep has confirmed the singer is safe. Rihanna herself posted on Instagram following the horrifying news, writing, quote, "Due to the tragic events in Nice, my concert will not be going ahead as planned. Our thoughts are with the victims and their families." Riri isn't the only star to witness terror in Nice. The cast and crew of the 50 Shades of Grey sequel, including stars Dakota Johnson and Jamie Dornan, are also in the French Riviera city. They were filming last night, but all have been confirmed as safe by the movie's producer.
You're going to say this case is over that race?
Yes, because it is.
FX's The People vs. O.J. Simpson American Crime Story nabs a whopping 22 Emmy nominations, including nods for all of its leading actors. The recognition for a limited series that explores racial tensions in America's justice system during the trial of the century comes at a time when, 2 decades later, the complex issue is dominating headlines.
You know, it's a lot of the same things that we're dealing with today.
The show, which will have a full season marathon on FX August 6th and 7th, is just one nod behind nomination leader Game of Thrones, which earned 23. Another FX critical darling, The Americans, is getting what's widely considered long overdue recognition with a nod for Outstanding Drama Series and for its 2 lead stars. Meanwhile, freshman drama Mr. Robot is hacking onto the Emmy scene with 6 nominations, including 1 for star Rami Malek.
He's just a character that I love getting into his skin, even though it's incredibly dark sometimes.
Show Me's Transparent returns to the Emmys race with 10 nominations this year. It's competing against City's Modern Family and Blackish for Outstanding Comedy Series. Speaking of Blackish, a big moment for the show's star Anthony Anderson as he helped announce the nominees in LA.
The nominees for Outstanding Lead Actor in a Comedy Series are Anthony... Wow!
Hi, Mama! Anderson's co-star Tracee Ellis Ross is also nominated. In stark contrast to the Oscars, this year's Emmy nominations are the award's most diverse ever, with 21 actors of color earning nods across the major categories. Among the snubs this year are Stephen Colbert's new Late Show and past Emmys favorite Jim Parsons.
What we created here may be unique in all of human existence. We created a paradise.
He's not a because I said so dad.
That's one way to describe Viggo Mortensen's character in Captain Fantastic. It's a story of a devoted dad who raises his 6 kids completely off the grid until a family tragedy forces them to face the outside world.
Right now, this is your first real test. Remember your training.
Jill Mellon caught up with Viggo and his co-stars.
It's a case of extreme conscious parenting, I suppose. I think he's trying to make them as well-rounded as possible. He's encouraging them to make up their own mind.
Oh, and by the way, Viggo, who, as you may or may not know, is very loyal to the Montreal Canadiens, wants you to be aware of something.
I think it's important that audiences realize that the character I play is a Habs fan.
Oh, really?
Yeah, clearly. It's pretty important.
Captain Fantastic hits select theaters today before opening across the country throughout the month. As always, get your entertainment news first in the morning right here and anytime on Twitter @NCity.